Good morning. I'm the Moon Mama. How are y'all doing today? Happy Monday. This is horsetail water. Horsetail is a Saturn herb. So I use it. So Saturn herb means that it's internal. It's your internal structures, like your skeleton, your nails, your hair. And the moon is in Capricorn today, and Capricorn is governed by Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius, but we'll talk about that on Saturday. But this is the interesting thing, like how astrology is so layered. There's so many moving pieces all at once. And so you can follow me, and I talk about the moon. And I talk about the moon because the moon governs women and our internal realities. And that's how we create the world. But there are so many aspects to astrology that are profoundly interesting and create levels of accuracy to help you understand how to live your life, and understand who you are. Really, that's the idea, to understand who you are. The greatest thing you can do here on planet Earth is ask yourself every day, who am I? So the moon in Capricorn is an energy of achievement. It's just this need to achieve something. So it's willing to work hard, willing to press forward, willing to discipline time, manage your time, discipline yourself. But the thing that's most important about Capricorn internally is integrity. Are you being in integrity to yourself? Are you doing work that's in alignment with your soul? Are you doing work that is in alignment with the well-being of yourself and others? At this time, right now on the planet, as we're going through all of this stuff in our country, one of the things that I find most significant for Black people or descendants of captives, right? And let me just say that there is a very unique group of Black people in America who are descendants of captives. We are not from Africa who just came here, or people from the islands, even though the people from the islands are descendants of captives as well. But I'm specifically talking about people who are descendants of captives. And there is an interesting experience that we have. There is a unique experience that we have. And that experience has been what they've called slavery for 400 years. And now that experience is over with. It is done. And the thing that I find that I'm noticing, that I noticed a couple of years ago, was like, I decided I'm gonna stop fighting for this. Like, I'm not going to fight against the oppressive system any longer. Not in the way that I had been. I'm not gonna do it in the system, right? So it's important for us as descendants of captives to begin to nurture ourselves and focus on our well-being. And for me personally, like the other day I saw a white man holding up a sign in the neighborhood that I live in and shop in, holding up a sign that said, "Stop killing our Black brothers and sisters." And I'm like, yeah, thank you, because I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm not marching. I'm not doing any of that anymore, because we have done that. What I'm doing is restoring myself. I am restoring my internal reality so that I can remember who I am, because that's the most important thing that Black people can do. We can remember who we are. Let everybody else fight. Let everybody else fight for our freedom and all of that. And let us come to our communities. Let us come to one another. Let us come to people who are working on healing and heal ourselves. It's time for us to heal. And I understand the value of being out in the world, and I mean, being out in the marching and all that sort of stuff. But this is the thing. Those systems that have created the oppression of our community and of our generational experience here in this country, those systems are created by white people. So only they can take them down. We cannot take them down, but we can take them down inside of us because we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned to believe in things that harm us. We eat foods that harm us. We are outside of our natural rhythms that align us to the electromagnetic field. We're filled with worry and stress and fear and despair. We need to be taking care of ourselves, because the more we take care of ourselves and restore ourselves to who we truly are, the more invincible we become. Because it's pretty obvious that we're invincible. We have survived and endured 400 years of terror and torture. So just imagine what could happen if we were rested and focused on our well-being and nurturing ourselves. Like, I just came from taking a bath, right? A healing bath where I put mugwort in the bath. I put lavender, Epsom salt in the bath. I put, myrtle, the herb myrtle in the bath. Mugwort, or what was the other one? It escapes me in this moment. Red raspberry. And my intention is to nurture my womb and nurture my body and nurture my skin so that I can be restored to who I am. The more we understand who we are, the more we can use our power in the way that we're designed to use it. For instance, I've shared with you guys all the miracles I've experienced where I've had a butterfly in the palm of my hand that was lifeless. And then I just, spent some time with sending my energy to it. And then the butterfly came back to life. One of the things that's happened, my son had an eczema patch right on his hand here. And I just did Reiki on it, energetic Reiki on it. And now the eczema patch is completely gone. He had one here and one on the top of his head, and it's completely gone. Yesterday I was at the beach, and one of the things I do is work on my relationship to the elements. And so the wind was blowing and it was a little cold. And so I set an intention inside of myself for it to warm up, and it started to get warmer. But I also wanted the wind to stop blowing. And so I put my hands into the sand, and I told the sand, because the sand was blowing, and I told the sand to stop blowing. And it picked up and became a sandstorm, and literally everybody had to leave the beach. And I did it wrong, right? And so I was asking Spirit, what did I do incorrectly? And Spirit said, you didn't do anything incorrectly. What you did was you used a negative. You said don't. So it's important that we really begin to understand how our energy works. With the sun in Gemini, we are creating our reality. Our thoughts align with the electromagnetic field, so what we think and what we feel becomes the thing, right? So if you're saying things like don't, and if you're against anything, the very thing you're against is going to boomerang and come back to you. So you have to know. So yesterday when I wanted the sand to stop blowing, rather than saying don't stop blowing, what I would have been better off saying is be still. Be still, be still. But I'm teaching myself, and I'm remembering that you cannot use negatives. So all of these people that are out there protesting, especially the Black people who are saying things like, don't do this and don't do that, you're creating more of it. It's important that you guys learn how to use this, how your energy works. You've got to learn how your energy works. You're creating more of what you don't want. So as the moon is in Capricorn, it's very important that we understand that our internal reality, moon in Cancer, going to have a new moon in Cancer very soon. Our internal reality is creating our external reality. So if you're full of anger and rage, you're going to create that on the outside of you. And what's going on is that the energy on the planet is changing, right? We ended a cycle. So that 400-year cycle is over with. All of it. So all of those old patterns and ways of being are over with. And so our energy is becoming more heightened, more powerful. So it's important for us to learn how to direct it and how to use it so that we're not using it against ourselves. So this is why I don't march. This is why I don't do shit. I don't look at those videos. There are ways that I participate a little bit so that I'm clear about what's going on, but I know that I'm creating the reality that's inside of my mind. So I focus on what I desire. And what I desire is wholeness and well-being for all people. Not just Black people, but it's especially important for Black people because we're so plugged into the system. We're so plugged into the consciousness system. We're plugged into the elements. Because of the melanin in our skin, we are generating the reality. And it's just important that we understand how that works. Oh, all right. I'm going to go today. I wanted to talk about something that was really funny. Yesterday I watched the HBO special with the young lady from Insecure on it, Molly something. And it's just so interesting. I really want Black people to understand, Black Americans to understand, that we are not like Africans. We are not like Africans. And in my studies, you know, it's widely known that Africans sold us to slaveholders, that Africans were a part of the reason we ended up here. And there's something to that. You guys, you know, we're very much misinformed as to who we are, as to why we're in the situations that we're in, and as to what has gone on in the last 400 years and why it took place. But I don't know how much of that is that important to all of you. What's most important is that we wake up and remember who we are so that we can have access to our power to use it in a way that is actually in alignment with our well-being and not against ourselves. So I am the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful day today. I encourage you to sign up for the Venus Retrograde course, Venus Retrograde, What You Won't Do for Love, so that you can begin to rewire how you relate. Also, Venus Retrograde, Cash Rules Everything Around Me, so that you can change your relationship to money. It's important that you learn how to be in the world, but not of it. And money is a real thing that trips us up here because this capitalistic society has told us that money is more important than anything. And when you begin to live your life in alignment with who you really are, the money will just flow, and you won't, because you know that it's just energy. So sign up for that course because I teach and talk about and do rituals to help you understand that. And Mercury retrograde, so I have 1 minute to talk about that. So we're doing Mercury retrograde. I'm going to be releasing the flyer and the registration this week, but it's important for this Mercury energy, like I said, to go back and look at your heritage story. Whether you're a Black person or a white person, look at the story. If you're a white person, go look and see if your family owned slaves, or go look and see if your family was poor, or if your family was really driven through this racist construct, or maybe your family were people who were what they call anti-racist. I don't believe in anti-racism. I believe in because of the way it's language, you cannot be anti-racist. The language is fucking ridiculous. Like we're so ignorant, but we can be. You know, in the day they called it abolitionist. Really, all we're here to do is live into the rights of our humanity, into the rights of our divinity, but we don't understand that language is very important. So look at your legacy in your family, whether you're Black or white, and see how those stories are living in your life, and look at it. Give yourself permission to see. Give yourself permission to be fearless and look at your family and the legacy of your family, because the only way you're going to heal it is if you look at it. Okay, I know I said a lot. I think I said a lot, or maybe I didn't, which is great. But thank you all for giving me donations and for signing up for courses and for allowing me to do readings with you and all of that. Thank you. It means a lot. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful Monday. Bye-bye.